Hi everyone, it's Nisha here from In Contrast, the show where we compare movies to the books they're based on. Today I want to try something a little bit different. It's May and World Dracula Day is on the 26th. So I thought it would be really fun to talk about 10 characters that Dracula has faced off against or been paired with that are really weird. And I kind of was playing with the order. I wasn't sure what to order to put this in, but we're just going to go with this messy order that I have right now. If you don't know, Dracula is the most adapted literary character of all time. After him is Sherlock Holmes, who is not even close. I think that Dracula has been adapted almost 3 times as much as Sherlock Holmes. Like, we're talking like 600 to 200, something like that. I might be a little bit off. It might be closer to 2 times, but either way, it's a huge, huge difference. So that means that Dracula has faced off against a lot of weird people. And guess what? There was a novel written in 1978 by Lauren D. Estelman, which is called Sherlock Holmes versus Dracula. Yeah, we're going to start there. Sherlock Holmes is my favorite detective, and obviously we have to talk about the second most adapted literary character in this because they faced off. In this book, Sherlock Holmes is tasked with figuring out the mystery of the boat that took Dracula to England. If you don't know, about halfway through the Dracula book, spoilers, Dracula shows up on a boat where only the captain is left behind. This boat comes like racing up, slams into a beach, crashes, and only the captain is found and he's dead. And a dark dog bolts off of the boat. So Sherlock Holmes has to figure out what happens. And obviously it's a wild ride. I have not read this, but I really, really want to read it. And it's been around for a while. Like, what did I say? 1978. Next up, I want to talk about a 2008 movie directed by Timothy Friend. It's called Bonnie and Clyde versus Dracula. And this is just so funny. I love this. The tagline is, "When gangsters meet vampires, there's bloody hell to pay." That about sums it up. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Next, I got a TV episode. I'm trying to get a little variety here in the beginning. This is from 1993. I wonder if you can guess who it is based on the directors, Michael Gerard and Byron Vaughns. The episode is called Dracula. Dracula is spelled with 2 A's at the end. You got any guesses? Pause if you want to think about it, because I'm about to give you the answer. It's the Animaniacs. They are trying to get to Pennsylvania, but end up in Transylvania. This was the 29th episode of Animaniacs, meaning they didn't even make it 30% of the way through the original run before referencing the most referenced literary character of all time. And you can imagine it's in Dracula's castle. It has Dracula and it has all the Animaniacs hijinks, including pulling out all of Dracula's teeth, apparently. I did not watch the episode, but I did find it on YouTube, so I might have to go back and do that. The only video game I have on my list. And I want to say, yes, I know about the Castlevania series. None of that's weird. None of that is like weird enough for this list. In 2018, Bandai Namco Studios and Sora Limited came out with a game. Do you know what it is? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is basically Dracula versus the Smash Bros. Roster, or should I say Dracula versus you. He's not a playable character, but you can fight him as a wide variety of characters in different places. So if you ever wanted to see Pac-Man beat up Dracula, now you can. After that, I have a 2016 novel by Patrick Sheen Duncan. This one is wild. Dracula versus Hitler. For once, probably not for once, Van Helsing teams up with Dracula. Van Helsing is famously the enemy of Dracula, so this is a big deal for them, right? Van Helsing needs help stopping the Nazis, so he resurrects Dracula to fight Nazis. And, it's pretty bad when you're resurrected because you were evil, you died, you're evil, you come back because of Nazis. I have a comic book from 1980. I believe the writer is Bill Mantlo. There's not a lot of information on this one, but I had to put it on anyway. It is Dracula versus Howard the Duck. And yes, there is a question mark after Howard the Duck. Dracula decides to go to Cleveland. Why? No idea. And then bites Howard the Duck. Howard turns into Dracula, spelled with a K, which is just not creative. And I know you are thinking of all these names that would be so much better. And yes, you even see that online. I can't believe they just went with Dracula with a K. Howard the Duck, of course, perseveres. He turns back into a normal duck, not vampire duck, and then kills Dracula. No list would be complete without a graphic novel. And you know what? This one's from 1991, 1998, written by Doug Moenick. It is Batman and Dracula. It's actually a trilogy of novels. Dracula has fought a lot of superheroes, but I think this is the most interesting to me. A story in which Dracula haunts the streets of Gotham City. Batman turns into a vampire, and Batman's personal morals are, like, how do I put this? Not adhered to. He gets a little loose with his morals on this one. We got another TV episode. Actually, this is 2 TV episodes from 1977, directed by Joseph Pevney. The Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew meet Dracula, part 1 and part 2. It's 2 episodes from this Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew series. The Hardy Boys, not the wrestlers, search for their father in Europe, meet up with Nancy Drew, and then play a gig at Dracula's castle. So it's just like a wild ride. There's actually a middle grade novel from 2006 that has our boy Dracula. It's written by Kirk Scroggs. It's called Dracula versus Grandpa at the Monster Truck Spectacular. Dracula's a monster truck racer, I guess, and his truck runs on something more sinister than gas. I'm guessing blood. The main character and their grandpa end up on this wild ride trying to survive the antics of being in a monster truck race for some reason. They're like volunteered or won something to participate, and now Dracula is trying to kill them with a monster truck, I think. This last one's pretty fun. It's 2 very classic, very famous characters, and this is the oldest one on my list, actually. It's a movie from 1966, directed by William Bodine. Billy the Kid versus Dracula. This is also the only one on my list that is like someone versus Dracula or Dracula versus someone, where the official title has versus spelled out. Most of them are VS period. This one says versus. Billy the Kid must save his fiancée from Dracula, who has chosen to move to one of the sunniest places ever, the Wild West. If you've read the books, you know that Dracula can survive in the sun. So, there is that, but it just is so bizarre because he does not have the same powers in the sun. Every adaptation of Dracula, the sun is a problem. So I absolutely need to go check this movie out. It sounds wild, and not to be like mean, but it does not sound good. And honestly, a lot of these don't sound very good, but they sound like they're a lot of fun. I love it. So that's my little list. I thought it would just be really fun to share, especially because this month has World Dracula Day. And, we usually go a month without giving you guys anything. So maybe this little bonus treat, little bonus episode will be something fun to give all of you. I know Alan wasn't here, and I'm sorry. He's out of town right now, and I just kind of decided to do this. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for listening. I've been Nisha from In Contrast Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at In Contrast Pod. Please do not forget to rate and share and comment. That helps us out so much, and we are really having a blast doing this and sharing it with all of you. So I am so excited to see you all. So I am so excited to talk to you all again in the next episode, where we will review a book and a movie or movies or something along those lines. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time.